Hey everyone, I'm Steven with All Game Terrain, and today I'm going to show you how to make a muddy base. This could be used for a mini, a game board, or a train piece. So let's go and get started. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a cup, a stir stick, and a little bit of our Magic-Tac, and I'm just going to squirt this down in there. Then I'm going to go ahead and move on, and I'm going to use a little bit of our soil, and I'm just going to sprinkle it down in there, and I'm going to make kind of a muddy mix here. And so I'm just going to stir this up. All right, now that I have that mixed up, all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna apply it onto my base. And that adhesive is what's gonna be, that's gonna make it stick to it. It's also gonna be what's gonna give it a little bit of shine. And I'm gonna show you a cool trick at the end that we're gonna do. Then, next, we're gonna move on to our super seal. And I'm just gonna spray these edges where I don't have any of this, the mud mix that we just made. I'm just gonna spray this here. And again, of course, if I get any onto my mud, that's okay, because it's gonna go on white and dry clear matte finish. Then I'm gonna move on to my earth base layer, and I'm just gonna sprinkle that down in that glue that we just put on. And then I'm gonna go ahead and spray it again with my super seal, kind of lock all that in. And then I'm just gonna feather this edge out just a little bit here. All right, then next, I'm gonna go ahead and move on, and I'm gonna use some of our deadfall. Now the deadfall is great because it's gonna add a little bit of detail, and it's gonna show something that can stick up out of the mud. And to apply it, I'm gonna use our Game-Tac. And all I'm gonna do is just put that onto the back of the deadfall. And then I'm just gonna push it down into the mud. And I'm gonna add a couple pieces just for some cool contrast. Then from there, what I can do is I can come back and I can use the earth base layer again, and I can just kind of sprinkle just a little bit on top of that deadfall so it looks like it's kind of sinking down in the mud, like that there. Then I'm just gonna hit it with a little bit more super seal, lock all of that in place. And then one thing that's really neat to add a little bit more contrast is I'm gonna use our natural sand. And to apply this, I'm just gonna take it and I'm just gonna sprinkle it in there, but I'm gonna sprinkle it onto the sides where it's not gonna be muddy, because that mix that we made first is gonna look really muddy, where the sides are gonna dry out and they're gonna be a little more of a matte look, and it's not gonna look quite as muddy. Then the last thing I'm gonna do, this is really fun and it's a really cool trick. I'm just gonna use the back of a paintbrush, and I'm just gonna kind of make some footprints as if this is a path that's through there that's muddy. And so I'm just gonna kind of take that and I'm just gonna stipple down into it. And you can see those footprints. And then last thing, if I need to, which I'm gonna seal just a little bit more on my super seal, because we don't want any of this stuff to come off whenever we're playing. And so that's it. Last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set it up out of the way and let it dry. And as you can tell, it's super easy to make a nice muddy base for a mini, a train piece, or a game board. And for more product information, be sure to go to allgameterrain.com. And if you would, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Thanks so much for watching.